A cold dawn breaks over the Fýrisvellir plain, where Valdemar stands overlooking the land, determination set in his piercing blue eyes. Astrid arrives, sliding from her horse, her gray eyes scanning the horizon for signs of rival clans. Björn and his warriors march onto the plain, bearing banners and furs, heavy iron jewelry flashing as they raise their chieftain's staff. Eirik arrives, carrying a long spear, eyes bright with anticipation. He looks up to Valdemar with youthful reverence. Valdemar gathers the clan leaders, his voice resolute as he calls for a meeting by the embers of a dying campfire. Astrid quietly advises Valdemar on the rival clan's sympathies to pagan rites, her words measured but laced with concern. Bjorn raises the chieftain's staff and proclaims his support for Valdemar's vision, drawing mixed reactions from the crowd. Eirik stands by the warrior's fire, telling stories of distant lands, hoping to inspire the younger fighters. As dawn brightens, Valdemar addresses the full assembly, urging unity in the face of opposition from adherents of the old ways. Some elders mutter disapproval, murmuring against Valdemar's challenge to tradition and the power of the gods. Astrid drills warriors in shield formations away from the main camp, her commands crisp and encouraging. Bjorn and his son debate the merit of honoring the gods versus following Valdemar to new glory. Eirik volunteers for a scouting mission, hoping to prove his loyalty to Valdemar. Keen-eyed, Eirik slips into the dawn mist, alert for threats from rival clans hidden in the woods. Valdemar receives word of a secret gathering of pagans near an ancient burial mound. Astrid urges caution, warning that open confrontation could ignite blood feud among the clans. Bjorn proposes a diplomatic parley with opposing chieftains, hoping to sway them before violence erupts. Eirik returns from the woods, winded but triumphant, with news of clan movement across the river. Valdemar meets privately with Astrid and Bjorn, hashing out plans over a table scattered with runestones. A sudden horn blast signals the approach of unknown warriors, sending the camp into organized chaos. Valdemar rallies defenders, red cloak unfurling as he issues orders in a firm, commanding tone. Astrid leads a flanking party into the trees, their shields up, moving with quiet discipline. Bjorn stands firm at the camp entrance, chieftain's staff planted, eyes blazing with resolve. Eirik slips among the panicked, calming frightened children and guiding them towards safety. As the rival warriors emerge, Valdemar steps forward to parley, holding his arms up to signal peace. A fierce debate erupts among the leaders, with shouting, threats, and vows to uphold old gods. Astrid positions archers in the shadows, ready to give cover if the parley turns violent. Bjorn uses his booming voice to enforce order, narrowing the leader's argument to a choice: war or unity. Eirik listens intently, catching the whispered doubts of those still loyal to ancient gods. Valdemar makes an impassioned speech for change. His words resonate with younger warriors. A tense silence falls as the clans weigh their options, smoke drifting from distant fires. Children huddle together around Eirik, glancing anxiously at the tense adults. Astrid rests a calming hand on a nervous archer, scanning the horizon for threats. One elder invokes the gods, casting bones in the dust, seeking omens for the path ahead. Valdemar, standing at the edge of camp, privately wonders if he can truly unite his people. With dawn fully broken, Valdemar surveys the tense faces of the gathered warriors, sensing the weight of history pressing down on every word spoken. Astrid quietly moves among the warriors on her flank, reassuring tense fighters and signaling scouts to sweep the riverbank for signs of the rival clans. Bjorn's booming voice rallies hesitant elders, invoking the strength of ancestors to calm the crowd and prevent panic. Eric returns from the woods, breathless, stating that rival banners are approaching, and Valdemar steadies his counsel for the confrontation. Valdemar and Astrid review the hastily drawn battle lines on the plain, discussing how to prevent needless bloodshed if talks fail. Under a somber sky, Valdemar surveys the field as dawn breaks. The assembled warriors hush, sensing destiny in the air. Rival clan banners, marked by twisted serpent motifs, appear on the far bank of the river. An uneasy silence settles over both camps. Valdemar steadies his trembling hand on his sword hilt. He commands Astrid to hold the left flank, Bjorn to control the center line, and Eirik to relay messages. A lone horn sounds from the rivals, its call echoing off the hills. Both sides tense, fingers tightening on shields and hilts. Astrid signals her warriors forward, moving cautiously along the tall, reed-fringed river. She locks eyes with Valdemar. Now or never. Bjorn pounds his chieftain's staff on the ground, chanting old clan war cries, rallying hesitant warriors who waver between fear and duty. Valdemar walks the line, fixing warriors with his steely gaze, urging them to stand as one, promise of a new dawn if they unite. Eirik races to warn Astrid. Scouts have spotted a concealed rival detachment in the woods, ready to flank. Astrid redirects half her warriors, preparing a counter-ambush for the flanking attackers. She scans the trees for any movement. Valdemar calls a parley, raising his sword hilt high, meeting the gaze of his chief rival. Each side's leaders stride forward into no man's land. A rival chieftain, gray-bearded and stern, challenges Valdemar's authority, insisting the old gods demand blood, not accord. Astrid stations archers near the woods. She whispers reassurances as the youngest archers tremble amid strained silence. Bjorn argues fiercely with the elders of both clans, standing tall, invoking tales of kin slain by feuding. He demands peace. Eirik, keeping close to Valdemar, observes the rival warriors shifting, some hesitating, eyes on the leader's parley. Valdemar gestures to the sky, to the earth, invoking unity and destiny before all, his gold-flecked hair catching the sun as he speaks. A sudden gasp, the rival chieftain's aide draws a blade. Astrid's archers tense, arrows aimed but not loosed. Valdemar, undaunted, sidesteps and addresses the assembly, calling out those who would spill kin's blood for pride. Murmurs spread among onlookers. Eirik rallies the youngest warriors to the camp's edge, forming a cordon near the frightened families. He promises to defend them. Bjorn steps between the two leaders, holding up his staff, and proposes a trial of honor, a duel, to test Valdemar's vision without mass bloodshed. After long hesitation, the rival chieftain agrees to the duel. The crowd surges with expectation. Weapons thud into the earth. Astrid binds Valdemar's wrists with leather straps, meeting his eyes with a fierce blend of pride and warning. Valdemar and the rival stand facing, encircled by the hushed gathering. Sunlight glints on blades drawn, sweat beads on tense brows. They clash fiercely, swords ringing. Valdemar's youth and speed counter the chieftain's experience and relentless power. Astrid restrains eager warriors who surge forward, desperate to intervene, holding the boundaries of honor's circle. Bjorn shouts encouragement, invoking legendary ancestors to guide Valdemar's hand in battle. Valdemar is injured, blood darkens his sleeve, but he refuses to yield. He locks eyes with his kin, drawing strength from their faith. The rival chieftain slips on damp grass. Seizing the moment, Valdemar disarms him, pressing his blade to the rival's throat, without delivering a killing blow. Valdemar throws down his sword with a shout for peace. The rival, humbled, nods gravely, resigned to the result. Bjorn and Astrid move quickly to maintain order, urging the clans to accept Valdemar's victory as fate's will and turn from vengeance. Eirik ushers weeping children and relieved mothers from their hiding places, promising a safer, united future under Valdemar's leadership. Valdemar helps the rival chieftain to his feet. With a shared look of exhausted respect, they mark the birth of a new alliance. The old priests reluctantly anoint the arrangement, pouring ale on the earth and invoking blessings, even as many struggle with doubts. Astrid finds a quiet knoll, looking over the cheering, mingling clans. She whispers a prayer and promises to watch over them all. Bjorn begins organizing a feast. He loudly boasts Valdemar's deeds, ensuring the story will echo through generations. At sundown, Valdemar, bruised but resolute, stands atop a rocky rise. His people assemble below, a new confederation forged in his name. Eirik, tears bright in his eyes, vows before the assembled to support Valdemar and defend the new peace, earning cheers from all the clans. As night falls, old rivalries smolder into camaraderie. Valdemar, Astrid, Bjorn, and Eirik join in a circle, sharing counsel and tales late under the stars.